can use this. Brother. It will be okay now, brother. Brother, brother. Just a little more. Brother, brother.
Doesn't matter how much oil you give him, little guy. You can't make a machine your brother. Well... looks like it's time.
Operator 210 to Unit 9S. Come in, 9S.
9S here. Go ahead.
The Yorha troops have commenced their descent. Disable the enemy base's defense systems immediately.
Roger that.
Alright, what's up everybody?
Flight unit recommended.
I think you can hear me well because I checked out a couple of my videos yesterday and using the same little stupid Sony smartphone headset. I just plugged it into my PlayStation controller. It actually sounds really good. I guess when you pair brands like that, shit just works when it normally wouldn't. Because I know if I tried to plug some fucking Apple headphones into this fucking remote, I'd have sounded like shit. Oh, hell yeah, Tommy, I'm fucking rocking this the whole time. Actually, I don't think so, because I was just looking at
Alert.
weapons.
Defense systems cannot be reached from the ground.
Yeah. Alright, so this is, so I beat the game, but what I really beat was, the character 2D storyline. And then when you beat the game, it, you know, it heavily hints to you, one story is ended, another will begin, and you restart the game. But, I actually thought it was meaning in terms of, like, I don't know, you just play it again and some new quirky things happen. You know, otherwise it wouldn't have rolled like the real final credits, because those credits rolled for like, I mean, Metal Gear Solid 5 aside where the credits roll every chapter, but those credits rolled pretty long, like the game was over. And then I come to find out that that's not really beating the game. Even though I think I got the gold trophy, you know, yeah, I definitely got that gold trophy for one thoroughly done, which shows, you beat the game, but when you really enjoy a game, even if it's long, because I looked at my hours, it took me about 28 hours, I guess, to beat the 2D storyline, because the save file says like 30 hours and change, but a couple of those hours may have been sitting like on pause. I gotta shoot these guys. What am I doing? You know, could have been sitting like on pause while I'm eating a sandwich or something, or making tea. So rough it out like playtime, unless it's total playtime. I don't know how it calculates it. Hold on, I gotta fix this PS4 remote. Alright, that's better. So, that makes sense. Like, a game like this, too, from Square Enix, like, I have to admit, the graphics are really cool. Like, I love the sort of futuristic robot takeover stuff. I'm really loving that whole theme lately. It's a change of pace. Anything that brings us away from fucking zombies, like, or some kind of like Call of Duty shit is good in my book right now. You know, we just gotta wait for fucking Nintendo to overdo it, you know. They'll probably release a Metroid game with the same fucking storyline as this game, and all the Nintendo fans will be like, oh, it's the most
We'll need you
original
to take
story.
down the enemy's defense systems to give our
And,
attack squadron a chance. You have 4 targets that
PlayStation
need to be
keeps it
hacked.
like, you know, that's pretty
Be
much the
advised that
story of
hostiles
Nier
have been detected
Automata.
around each target and must be defeated before continuing.
No, Nintendo did it originally. Yeah, I heard on the reel, and I was never gonna buy it. My big regret is that I sold my Wii U. I had a Wii U back in the day. I caught it at a really good deal. It was on like the Zelda edition that came with Twilight Princess, no, Wind Waker. or was it Twilight Princess? I don't know, the one that looks really cartoony. But it was like on sale. I copped it for like less than $250. This is a few years ago, like right as Mario Kart came out too. So, but I sold it on eBay and I regret that because I sold it for like $250, but with some games. So I didn't really take a big L on it. I probably took like, you know, because the games,
The
I always buy
target
my
is
games
now
brand new.
accessible. Yeah,
And I don't follow my own
One
advice
affirmation
by
will
buying
suffice.
games brand new. They don't keep them
Fine.
in forever. Sometimes I look at shit and I'm like, man, I could throw that on eBay, or I can do this and that and get $100 out of that. That's just the way my brain works. It's like when you look down at the games, like I'm looking down at like fucking Hyrule Warriors and a Mario Kart, you know, that I don't play. Like firing up the Wii U was a chore. Like you turned it on, the pad turned on, and like it's so barren. You're just like, oh, I just want to start in the game. There's no reason to visit the store. You know, the same 5 games on the virtual console that nobody asked for. All the games that everybody asked for don't appear, like all the N64 hits and stuff like that. They want to call some bullshit like, oh, well, licensing fees and modern stuff. No, it's not licensing fees. It's still the same. If it came out on your console, the N64, there's no new licensing fees that need to take place, etc. That's just Nintendo bullshitting. But anyway, I heard Breath of the Wild is hot trash. And the Wii U is having all kinds of problems. All sorts of other unknown stuff about, the Switch is having all kinds of problems. All sorts of other, like, you know, omitted information type stuff. Like, the Switch screen is plastic. Whoa, that's a major deal breaker. Like, the screen is plastic. Like, what? Are you crazy? Not even like Gorilla Glass or nothing like that. Number 2, there are no analog triggers. Now that's one that like people knew, but I'm gonna just keep reminding everybody over and over. So anytime there's a fucking racing game or anything like that, you have no adjust ability to your throttle or anything like that, or if it's a sword swing, like you're fucked. What is this L1? Is this something? Oh, okay. It's hot trash. I hope this is the right way. See, I love this game. It throws in like these little Pac-Man type games that's like just fun to do for like a minute. And that's all it takes. And then, oh shit. Am I gonna die?
Hacking complete. Proceed to the next target.
Wait, was it complete or? I thought it said incomplete. Fighting's not my thing, Sophie. Bitch, fighting is my thing. Anyway. The fucking Switch screen is plastic. Like, yo, I would have picked... Like, what is wrong with people? Like, people have lost their senses. Or, like, maybe it's just... I'm just from a different generation. Like, I don't know. I see, hear, smell, touch, feel, temperature. Like, I would have noticed that screen is fucking... Like, I also know how to tell plastic from glass. Like, I worked with, you know, in the glass field where I've seen the different types of imitation plastic and stuff like that. But that's neither here nor there. I would have saw that screen as plastic and I would have gagged. I would have been like, oh, what did I just... Like, I would have had like a sinking feeling to the bottom of my gut. Like, you know that sinking feeling? Like, when you really just know you lost, like, some money that's relatively costly to you in some kind of way. Yeah, that's just nasty. So it makes you wonder, like, wait a second. It makes you wonder, like, if the screen's plastic, like, what other kind of wacky ass corners did Nintendo try to cut? You know what I mean? Like, that's already some wacky corners. Like a non-glass screen. Like, they're talking about, oh yeah, you just throw this. Look, if they want people to take this to, you know, brick-faced patio fucking barbecues and shit, and just, you know, this is the console, you just hand pieces of this console to strangers at a fucking party. Like, ew. Like, the last thing I want to do with my brand new $300 fucking console
Hacking complete. 2 targets remain.
is hand half a controller to Mr. Drunk Barbecue hand. I get some chicken material all stuck in my buttons. How are you gonna get that chicken and cookie material out of your fucking Switch buttons after you take that to the fucking block party? Like, what are you talking about? A plastic screen. And I'm just saying, I'm looking at the buttons on that, and I haven't seen anything yet, because, you know, Nintendo fans who buy this, they don't go out anyway, so they, like, it's a tough sort of demographic to field test on, because they just, they got one habitat, you know, their parents' basement, so it's really hard to play test, you know, how the Switch would react in reality until we, you know, some people with real lives actually fucking get their hands on it and try doing some stuff. But the buttons look hella weak. The buttons look like they have some gappage around them. What happens if, are the buttons sealed? Are those little fucking Wii fucking stick pads? Are those water resistant? If you're at the fucking barbecue, right? And everyone, with that flimsy stand, and that flimsy stand fucking gets kicked over or whatever, and it falls, you know, it falls into the leftover from the beer pong table, you know, because you're playing that fucking pong game on this. That's the other thing. The motherfucking 1-2 Switch has some ping pong game. Are they aware? Are they even aware, like, how, like, aggressive and fucking, like, shaky people get when they start playing pong or drunk table tennis or drunk beer pong or any of these fucking tabletop bouncy ball games? I mean, these fucking people start bouncing around like maniacs and stuff like that, and that Switch, like,
1 target remains.
your house better be on some good foundation if you're doing all that stuff in the commercial, because that Switch is going to fall over, and then it's going to fall over into all the spilt beer, you know, that's sitting on the fucking table tennis table that you got it set up on your fucking party, and it's going to go right into those fucking non-water resistant, weak, like, Happy Meal toy looking buttons. I'm waiting to hear the story when the fucking ABXY and all that shit wears off them buttons. I mean, this thing looks fucking cheap. And the Wii U, brand new at retail. Alright, so I'm looking at the Wii U, Best Buy, and the Wii U right now is the same price or costing more than the fucking Switch. So how is that possible? How is that? How is the Wii U right now costing the same amount of money as the Switch, and more in some cases? And I tell you what, the Wii U looks like the sturdier console. If I want something that, you know, I can take my Breath of the Wild into my, like, you know, lay it down in my bed with me and not worry too hard if, you know, I roll over and maybe, like, lean on it or something like that. Like, I'm comfortable with the Switch. I want to take something to it. I want to take Zelda fucking Breath of the Wild to a barbecue. I'll throw the fucking Wii U. The Wii U console system is tiny. it's like a quarter the size of a, you know, of a PlayStation Slim. That's just, I'll throw that shit in a purse. You know, set a fucking purse down or something by a fucking outlet. Plug it in and then pull out the Wii U tablet. And then I know, and in that case, I know I'll have the strongest connection and the longest battery life. And the definitive mode to play Zelda. And the other thing that I wonder is, like, they were supposedly building, like, I did the Wind Waker, right? Like, I bought the Wind Waker edition for the Wii U. So I didn't beat it, but I got to the last dungeon, and Zelda's not my thing. I find it just gets really boring and repetitive, like all Zelda games. And Nintendo's style is just cringy. So anyway, yeah, I fucking... Oh shit, I better health up.
You're hot.
So yeah, I played that Wind Waker one,
However,
where it looks like a, or Twilight Princess, whatever. The one where he looks like a cartoon.
The enemy's defensive weapon is making things more difficult than we estimated.
But what I'm trying to know is all that hype, like that Reggie Fils-Aimé, I think he even said it, or one of them said it, like, oh, we're building this Zelda for the Wii U from the ground up. So I played the Wind Waker, which was wasn't that originally a GameCube game that went to the Wii and then also the Wii U? I don't know the story, but I think, yeah, it's a GameCube game. And they managed to put all those, like, that game had a bunch of tablet features, like, done the right way. Like, all your items were on your tablet, and then, like, a mini-map was, like, on your tablet. And you could sort of customize it, too, like, what you wanted there. Like, you could quick switch out your weapons. So instead of having, like, where you had 3 weapons and you really had to pause and get away from the fight, like, you could switch through all your weapons on the fly. They really did it good on the tablet. Now I noticed on this new Zelda, like, what they must have taken out all the Wii U features that they built into it. Because now I was watching, what's his name? Somebody play, and the tablet's just a gray screen. It just with, like, maybe, like, it has like a button on it or something like that.
Better
Like,
make sure he's actually dead next time. That was dangerous, man. You're 2B, right? My name's 9S. I'm here to provide support.
Copy that.
so they took out all the features.
So,
like, because I
was
was
that big
calling
old
that, like,
buzzsaw
I
the
was
Goliath
calling
you
that
came here
shit
to
day
take
one.
out?
None
No,
of these
just
people,
another
I was in
defensive
those
system.
Nintendo podcast chat rooms, and I was saying,
Well, I guess
I
we have
said,
to
you
find
know,
a target
look,
then, huh?
look at the
I've got a
Switch.
flight
You
unit,
can't
so I'll take a
have
look
it
around the
running
perimeter.
on the Switch and the
Alright.
TV at the
I'll
same
work my way
time.
inside from the
So
ground.
therefore, it has no more tablet features. So the Wii U version is gonna, by default, this is before it came out, but as it stood by what Nintendo said, the Wii U version was supposed to be, fuck, was I supposed to save? Was supposed to be the definitive version, because it was all that fucking shit they were bragging about, the tablet capabilities, the motion controls.
Ma'am?
Like, you were
What
supposed
is
to be able to use
I
your
was going
tablet
send
to,
you the
like,
map data I collected earlier.
I don't know, shoot the arrow or whatever with motion controls, whatever, and then see your map on it. Now it doesn't even have the map, so they removed,
You know, ma'am,
they
I'm glad
purposely
you're here.
removed all the
Why?
tablet
Scanners
functionality and
like me
features from the
mostly
Wii U
work alone.
version.
Scouting out enemy lines and all that. I don't usually get a part. It's kind of fun.
Emotions are prohibited.
So it would
Sorry,
be,
ma'am.
And another thing.
so
don't
it would
call
be
me
more,
ma'am.
they had to
It's
handicap
All right, then.
a
2B it is.
last generation version to make the new current generation version look up to par. Now these are the type of Nintendo, this is like the quintessential Nintendo trick. If anybody asks me, alright, well, give me an example of Nintendo's, because people try to say, like, Nintendo doesn't have bad business practice. Like, I see people really try to defend that shit, and they always ask for examples, and they, you know, they all think they're a bunch of, like, little Sherlocks, and they've never, like, even read a book. Yo, Nintendo retarded the Wii U version that they had spent time and resources putting the the tablet functionality and whatever it was, like, it was supposed to be like the Wind Waker had it on the fucking, but more so is what they said, because the fucking Wind Waker was made for the GameCube, and they put all those features on the fucking tablet for, they got all those features on the fucking tablet somehow. The map, the quick items, aiming the fucking slingshot if you wanted to, like, while it was on your TV. So right off the bat, Wii U definitive version, and then somebody at Nintendo was brains. I don't know how this got through, but somebody was like, yo, we gotta, like, because they're always scheming. Nintendo's a bunch of schemers. Like the Batman, you know that Batman movie, the fucking Dark Knight, like the meeting with all the like the mobsters, like that's like a Nintendo meeting. They're just fucking scheming.
So if we don't destroy it, they'll just be
like, uh-oh, the Wii U's gonna be the fucking definitive version. What do we do? Hold on, y'all. I gotta get some coffee. Alright, so yeah, coffee has been acquired. Use item. Oh my god, so much better. Speaking of getting, where's my fucking big pen? That's what they really want to know. So yeah, the fucking Wii U was set to be the definitive version, and they had to do some shit to retard it
It's just accessing
and give it
random,
that
nonsensical
that bullshit gray screen that's on it now. Like, that's some bullshit.
data from the old world. There's no actual meaning behind anything machines do.
Anyway, I also found the new best way to make coffee. It tastes so good with the new method. It's like, not like a French press, but I use a fucking... I use a teapot. Yeah, I use a teapot and hot water, and then I make it with this filter right to the cup. It tastes so fucking good. But yeah, so that's my Nintendo rant. This game's pretty cool. Like, this is the second storyline, like I mentioned, I have in the title. This is how the first storyline starts out, but it seems like there's going to be a lot more of this stuff with this character. Because I just finished up something and it just tied in with, like, sort of like how Resident Evil did it when the two characters split up and then the fuck? And then you see, you know, then you play the other story and you see what the other one was doing while they were missing and all that kind of stuff.
Because
it's just like, it's not like an additional,
couldn't find anything resembling our target.
Maybe they, I don't know, moved it
it's
somewhere?
not like no additional nothing story, at least not yet.
You mean
It kind of starts out trolling you a little bit too. You start out as one of these bobbly-head little robots, and you're like, no, I'm not playing this. You just play it for like 5 more minutes, and you're not that robot anymore. I was like, oh, thank God. Because I was trying to get a lot more of this gameplay that we're playing right now in the 2D storyline. Because this shit was fun to me. Like, this is like mindless shit I can do and not think about and talk. And but I like the swordplay too. They just didn't have enough of these scenes in 2B's current storyline. I don't know if there's shit I missed. But when I saw that I had beat the game in like a little less than 30 hours, I was like, something's wrong here. So a day after I beat it, which is still actually beating the game. Like, I mean, technically speaking, 2B storyline is the main campaign. The credits roll after you beat it with that, but it's not really beating the game. It's like trying to beat what was that, Resident Evil 2, where you could beat it with one character, but then you really want to beat, you know, you're really supposed to beat it with both characters. All right. Oh, so we gotta fight the same boss again?
This is the target. I'm
or
going
is
to
this
destroy
different? Oh, this is different. I was on the ground this time.
I'll provide support.
That's why.
Enemy analysis complete. Software vulnerabilities and penetration path detected. Displaying on HUD.
I'll hack this thing and weaken it.
What's L1? Oh, L1's hack? Yeah, hack that shit. See, again, this was, yeah, this is like 2B stories where, like, he came in and hacked it and stuff like that. Which I guess that's an okay way to do this right now, but, if I find myself just doing a bunch of the hacking games, it's kind of annoying. If I find myself doing a bunch of this, I might not have to continue this. Like, I might just move on to God of War Remaster, which I'm itching to play it. But before I went that far back, I mean, that's going deep in my backlog. The God of War game that got remastered on the PlayStation 4, like, whoa. Like, I didn't even play that when it was on PlayStation 3. I missed out. Like, I just missed it. And it's not that, and you know what, actually, I didn't play none of the God of Wars. I never got into it, but, yo, if I'm dead right now, I swear. Can I save? I need to save, hold on. Not that I didn't like it, like, no, I played like the first one at a friend's house, you know what I mean? Like, where you're just chilling and you play a couple, like, levels or whatever. And I was like, oh, that's cool, that's definitely something, and then you never get around to it. Because I started, like, PC gaming really heavy, like, I guess right around when the God of War started coming out is when, you know, I was ending my console peasantry, sort of lifestyle at that time, and there's really no such thing as like a console peasant, but I was just all into the Tom Clancy, like Ghost Recon Rainbow Six stuff at the time. It was coming out. There was a lot of like Operation Flashpoint, shit that consoles couldn't even think about this. All this hacking bullshit got me fucking frustrated. So anyway, the new God of War looks good. I own it. Physical copy. Sitting on my shelf. I'm keeping it. Which brings me back to what I was saying about selling my old games. Like, I wish I kept my Wii U just to
Boost!
you know, just to have that Zelda really quick and play it. Maybe, you know, maybe buy it, sell it, and not even beat it. Just get bored of it, like 75% the way through, like I did with fucking Wind Waker. Like, Wind Waker started out fun. Like, you're running around like a little cartoon. You're just like, oh shit, that's badass. I think I can save now, finally. That's the thing with this game. You can't save right away. But yeah, because I actually know, because I've got some inside information, as I sometimes do, where they're going to be in stock, and when they're going to be in stock, and like I can literally, like, there's nothing stopping me from getting one. Like, yeah, I know you can order them on Amazon for like, no, I know where they're coming out, you know, they're going to be in stock real quick for like $2.99, and it's a place that not everyone has. What is this? There's a fucking timer? Yo, you need to chill. Am I gonna survive this? It's a place that regular consumers don't typically have access to, or they wouldn't think to try to have access to this, the place where this is gonna be in supply. What is this? So I can get a Switch, like that ain't no thing for me, like.
Voice functionality recovered.
I could totally get my hands on a Switch for $2.99. But the thing is, I'm not getting involved with that platform. $60 for, it's the same Pro controller that they had for the fucking Wii and the Wii U.
Too poor to attempt field repair.
Shut up! Just do what I say.
It's the same fucking Pro controller.
You shut up too.
We're soldiers.
For $70, and they have the nerve to use that cheap like see-through plastic, that like half, like that mucky, not even like the crystal see-through, that like mucky gray. You know that's the cheapest plastic, right? From like an engineering manufacturing standpoint. is that
Please.
mucky gray plastic, and you know the reason being is because when they're putting the ingredients in the batch molds, they can mix ingredients. Like they can use leftover black, leftover gray, leftover clear, and they can approximate, and they can get that mucky gray color that you have on the Wii U Pro controller. And even the dock uses the cheapest plastic as it can at the time. Here's a little, like, I guess it'll drop a little knowledge on everybody. Like, there's this thing called
Enemy fighters detected.
supply chain management, and this other thing called cost accounting. So they're looking for whatever, when they're making a batch of something, you know, to the specifications. Something that's red plastic, that material cost for the plastic, red plastic might cost twice as much as black plastic, because there's other dyes and stuff that have to go along with the process that can I only shoot right now, or can I hack? There's other dyes and different temperatures that have to get you know, things that have to go along with making different colors. That's why usually when you see stuff in different colors, like, oh, there's a gold controller or this and that, it's you know, number one, it always costs more. Number two, it's in very limited quantities, because what happens is like, oh, like, you know, through their supply chain, they get word that there's a deal, you know, a deal on the gold fucking dyes or the red dyes or whatever, where they could buy like a leftover deal enough to make like a batch of controllers for like, you know, some quote-unquote so-called limited edition run. The only reason some of these things are limited edition is because of the material costs involved, and they're just trying to make a quick buck. But point is, that Switch looks like it's just made. I haven't had my hands on one yet, but some shit I just don't need to touch right away to hear shit. I don't need to touch it to know that screen's plastic right now. Like, that's fact. Like, that screen is plastic. Those buttons look cheap. We haven't seen nothing yet, like, but they look fucking cheap. The base rails are metal, and the little Joy-Cons are plastic. Like, I don't know what's going on here. Oh shit. Alright, HDMI, what do you... Hold on, my HDMI just cut out. That's bad. Why would my HDMI cut out? Uh-oh. Fuck, right there too, of all places. Whew, that was fucking close. I don't know why that's doing that. Oh, I can hack them with L2? Sweet!
Weaknesses found in enemy units.
2B.
What do I have to do with this character?
Target. Hacking in.
So yeah, anyway, that metal ass base and those metal ass fucking rails, they're gonna shoot. You keep clicking that fucking. Well, that's why those Joy-Cons have that. Everyone's talking about that satisfactory fucking sound.
The control on the enemy's.
Because it's metal fucking chewing through plastic. That's what that fucking sound is.
I told you to shut up!
I like how that one girl's name is 2B, and it totally stands for 2 bitch.
Seize its control system.
Affirmative. Infiltrating enemy subunit. Behavior table adjusted.
Balance controls overridden. Enemy unit subjugation complete.
2B has successfully commandeered the enemy unit.
Continuing support. Upload 2B's memory data package.
Alert. Memory data for Unit 9S has not yet been updated.
It's fine. Upload 2B's data first.
Affirmative.
And, damn, it's hot as fuck up in here today. They always crank the fucking building heat, like, they go crazy with the building heat, like snow or anything like that. Oh shit. So yeah, it fucking... Yeah, so I have the I have the financial means. I could buy fucking 5 switches right now, you know.
Looks like it's time to help 2B
That's not
get
the
herself
point.
set up.
I could buy every
She's probably
accessory
waiting in
that's
her
out
room
for
now.
it, but I am not, like, what the fuck would be wrong with me? Like, what would be wrong with me for me to go and purchase that fucking, that $300 shit? Alright, let's say I didn't need no, alright, number 2, fucking screen protectors are expensive as fuck. So yeah, I don't know what. That's like another $30 on top of the cost. And then I don't give a shit about any Pro controller. Like if I had the Switch, like if someone gave it to me, I would just slap those 2 Joy-Con things on that regular controller and just use it, like, just call that a day. That's the other thing I don't understand. It's like that's pretty much a Pro controller with more functionality than a Pro controller. Because last time I checked, the Pro controller doesn't have any of like the movement sort of any sort of the movement capabilities or anything like that, right? So I would just use the Joy-Cons on that base thing. But then on top of that, it's you can't charge the Joy-Cons when they're on that hand base. So you slap them on that like inert, you know, that inert base, right? There's no, you still can't like plug anything into the base to make it charge. You have to buy a charging base, and that's $40. And there's no way those 2 things last through any sorts of gameplay. So you gotta take, so unless you buy that charging base for your hand, you gotta fucking take off, hold on. You gotta take off each of those Joy-Cons and slap it back onto the Switch console, and then let it charge that way. And you gotta play it in that 720p mode while the fucking Joy-Cons charge, which nobody's talking about, but probably takes for fucking ever, considering. Like, you gotta run the unit, run the screen, and charge the Joy-Cons that are now, like, almost dead because you were using it on a inert fucking hand mount that you can't, plug in a USB to and charge it. Which is crazy. The fucking hand mount thing, does not charge the Joy-Cons. Like, is anybody, like, using their brain with this fucking... That would be it right there, deal breaker. Like, if you found out the technical, like, oh yeah, by the way, you know, you have to buy this $40 hand base. If you already invested $40 in the charging handle base, for the Joy-Cons, you might as well get the fucking Pro Controller for the extra $30. But then if you do that, you don't have any of the fucking motion controls that you would have ready. I guess if you wanted those, you just sit those. The whole fucking thing is set up to be fraud. To really get the complete experience, you would need 2 sets of Joy-Cons, one to sit on the tablet, the charging handle mount, that one for the other set of Joy-Cons to permanently sit in, right? The screen protector. Where's my area? I didn't get no mention. The screen protector, $30. Zelda Breath of the Wild, which is like a must-buy. I don't know what you're doing with that system if you didn't buy Zelda. All right, so that's $70. So 300 plus the 40 plus the 70. That's 5 plus the 70 for the for the extra set of Joy-Cons, or is the extra set of Joy-Cons 80? That's all right. So that's already 520. You put tax on 520, you're looking at like 580 now, almost $600. The screen protector, that'll put you over 600, especially with the tax. CD in here?
Sorry to barge in on you. Oh,
I remember this.
looks like you've already started. 2B, can you hear me? I'm starting your boot sequence. First, you'll want to check your brightness settings.
And then you want another game, that's another 70. Like, let's say you get sucker, you know, you have, there's a psychological fucking symptom.
You don't know how to
when
adjust the
you keep
brightness?
wanting more out of something.
I think it's set up to respond to some kind
So
of
you
input.
do like drastic measures. So that's like with the Switch. Like you would never like if the Switch didn't even exist,
right.
it was never a mention. And some
Just give me a
game
second
called
here.
it was called like 1-2 Flip.
Okay, I found the guy.
And
If
it
you can just
came
follow
out
that,
for
it'll
Sony,
make things
Xbox, and PC. You know, Steam, Xbox, and Sony was called 1-2 Flip, and they were like, oh yeah, you can do all these fucking games and shit. Like, it would sell 2 copies across all platforms. Like, real talk. But that's like $50. So people are going to buy that. You're looking at like, when it's all said and done with the Switch, with what's out now,
Right
just
then.
like,
Let's
if
get
you got
started.
yourself the Zelda,
We'll go
the other
through each
game, an
adjustment
extra
in
set
order.
of Joy-Cons.
Let's start by getting the brightness
Because I
setting.
wouldn't want to be stuck with one set of Joy-Cons, especially playing fucking... Oh, why is he... Oh, is this what I did? Oh wow, it recorded me. That's so cool. I can hold to skip that.
Okay,
Really.
how does this look? Roger that. Oh, and I should probably let you know that this entire process is being recorded
yeah.
for posterity.
Like what the fuck? You're looking at.
Now let's take a look at your voice recognition
You're
settings.
looking in the
Seems your voice
700
recognition is
plus
set to
range
mute, which isn't going to
to
work.
really be fully equipped.
I'm going to call out to you now.
With the
Make
Switch.
sure
And
you
then-
can hear my voice.
Come on, you know
Wait,
people are gonna
you
buy.
shouldn't be
They
able to
want
hear
their
me
stupid-
now.
You're gonna want.
You shouldn't be
I
able
don't
to
know
hear
if
me now.
People have
Ma'am?
gonna improvise.
Are you there?
You know, it's like they
Can you
made
hear
it
me?
small. They made the Switch small, but they
No?
also
All right.
made it
Are we
like
good now?
just a little too big to fit into like a lot of normal shit. I'm fine, 9S or something. You know, just a little too big
Thank
to,
you.
to fucking
Anyway, that takes care of the settings.
to fit into some like normal carrying cases that you might have
pulse
like
rate is
lying around
rising.
your house. So you might have to like buy a
seems to be
custom
back to normal now.
custom case for it,
How
which you might
odd.
want to do anyway for all the games.
Hold on.
That's another case,
Your
you know, case.
self-destruct
That's another
permissions are missing.
$30, man. This
Wait a
whole
sec, we need to
fucking
restore
system
those.
to get into is like, it's scratching
I
a
could say it
grand.
for you, but you should probably do it yourself.
Like holy,
Regulations and all, you know.
it's scratching
Okay,
a
good.
grand. I mean,
If
to
things
really
go wrong
feel
during an op, you
complete
may have
with,
to sacrifice yourself in order
have
to
your
finish
screen
it.
protector,
So
have your two
once you're
sets of
finished making
Joy-Cons,
adjustments, you can go ahead and close this out.
have your fucking carrying case, your spare charger, the Pro Controller if you want it. I think the Pro Controller is kind of useless because I think the two Joy-Cons on the handle thing are pretty much a Pro Controller. And the Pro Controller itself doesn't have analog triggers. So how is it even a Pro Controller? Like, so I'm not buying an extra, like a separate looking controller unless it has analog triggers. But the Joy-Con,
Morning.
you're gonna want two of, because if you're gonna spend the fucking 80 for a second set of Joy-Con for that inert, stupid
9S.
The commander's
or
put me in charge of
non-inert
your maintenance,
charging
man.
handle,
That means I'll be
you might
performing
as well
regular
just-
checks on
just
you from
commit
now
and
on.
buy two sets of Joy-Cons. This way you have two.
I see.
And then, well,
Oh,
you're not
don't
using
worry.
one, the other set
We
can
9S
charge,
models are the best around, you
on
know.
the tablet itself.
Though I suppose we're not exactly
The whole
known for our
fucking thing
modesty.
is crazy. It sounds like one big, like, stock market
9S.
penny fucking scam, like from
What
the
is it,
80s
ma'am?
you would hear
Stop
about, like
calling me ma'am.
Wolf of Wall
Huh?
Street type shit. Like they make, like this
There's no
console
need to
and
be
its
so
accessories
formal.
are made for like pennies on
all
the
right.
dime, like
If you say so.
engineering grade plastic. I mean,
Oh,
did you see
I
like
almost
the circuit
forgot.
board that was
The
in
commander was
dock?
calling for you. We
That's
better
like
go
a
see
shit-
what's
it
up,
looks
man.
like something they fucking
to
pried
be.
out of a Sega Saturn, like, and just uses like, I don't know. The dock is just wacky. It's scratching the screen. It's scratching the Like, I don't know what's worse, that the dock is scratching the screen or that the screen is plastic and can be scratched by a dock. Like, that's like the gaming conundrum. Like, what came first, the chicken or the egg? You start thinking about, like, the fucking meaning of life and shit. You'll figure that out quicker than what's worse. The dock scratching the screen or the fact that the screen's made out of fucking plastic. What am I doing here? No. Why would I take a break on her bed? So, yeah, I know nobody's watching this screen, at least this stream. At least nobody who's logged in with their account is watching it, according to YouTube. But, yeah, I think that was a pretty good Nintendo rant I just did there. And there's so many games out right now for PlayStation 4. Yo, like, if you had... Alright, let's say you had the $400, because the bare minimum thing you can do, right, is $299 plus tax, the system, and $69.99 plus tax, the Zelda, right? So that's over. When you add that up with tax, it's a little over $500. If you have that like to blow, like, and that's all you're spending. Wait, I had a point here. Oh yeah. With all that effort and headache and all the pre-ordering you did, there's so many games out.
You
Like,
need to be near an access point to save your data.
unless you got
can
a big
see access
budget. I
points
mean,
on the close
like,
range map. Be sure to save
I'm not
often.
I'm not disclosing my financial situation, but I could buy any set of games I want to, really. A lot of people can, a lot of people can't, but if you got $500 burning a hole in your pocket, like, you need to be you need to be playing more games and buying more games. Like, you need to be buying Nier Automata, you need to be buying Final Fantasy 15, You can be buying fucking all these all these backlog of PS4 games that are like on sale right now on Amazon that you didn't play. All these games that are coming out, Mass Effect, Andromeda, Battlefield 1, motherfucking Miho, motherfucking Horizon Zero Dawn and End Season Pass. Like, at the end of the day, you buy all those games, I think you're only spending $300 and you got yourself like 6, 7, 8 games depending on the sales. What am I doing? Play hacking games you've cleared now. Transport, that's what we need to do. Alright, I can't travel outside the mission area. What's the mission? Oh. Yeah, you need to be playing some fucking games. Because we know if you're a Nintendo fan, you probably don't beat your games. You need to change that. You need to start buying games, beating games, and you won't have these like psychotic itches to buy. I think here's where I need to go. You won't have these psychotic itches to these FOMA, fear of missing out, impulse buy, and then, you know, suffer buyer's remorse, because you know these Switch people are like, it's hitting them heavy in their gut right now. Like, oh, fuck. They're just getting heavy gut hits. Buyer's remorse. They're fuck. That sucks. Try that again. Heavy buyer's remorse with them. There's nothing to do on that machine. I'm already pretty upgraded. This game's fun as fuck. Horizon Zero Dawn was fucking so fun, but I beat that quick, and then you know, I got a few to I got a good amount of trophies, over 50%. But I'm definitely going back to that game at some point and getting all the hunts, getting Blazing Suns and all the hunts, and I'm gonna platinum that eventually, like. But I've got some back catalog to do. Like I said, I got the God of War remaster to play for the first time and beat. There's just so many games. Mass Effect's coming out. I'm gonna get that on the PlayStation 4, I think. Physical copy, beat that, and then sell the physical copy. Well, it still has some fucking value to it. Damn, there's just so much shit. Niho's gonna take forever to beat. I mean, Niho's just one of those games, like, I haven't even beaten Bloodborne, and, like, yeah, that's another game, like, I'm flagging through. I started that over, like, I was, like, a little bit into it, and I just made a new character. Can I transport yet? No. But that's for a later date. Like, I could beat Bloodborne from like a year from now, and I'll be happy. But I want to beat Neo. That's gonna take forever. It has like 32 bosses. But yeah, and there's just too much shit coming out. Ghost Recon Wildlands. That game is so fun. Fucking Grand Theft Auto South America. It's fucking awesome. I love it. I don't know how it got bad reviews. It just got bad reviews because people are haters. That game is fun. Like, when you play Wildlands on Extreme, that's the only way to play it, too. Because if you're playing a Tom Clancy, like, if you're playing that shit on Standard, you need to be playing on Extreme. like to use all your tools. Because really, if you're not doing extreme, there's really no point in half the tools and tactics that are in Wildlands. Because you can just go in easy with the, you know, a G36C, just pop, take people out, you know, cover, whatever. When it's extreme, you know, you gotta use your drone, you gotta call shots, you gotta move your team, you know, you gotta plan shit out, and you still might die. You know, you play that shit on normal, it's just like guaranteed blow through. Like Ghost Recon Wildlands, that's a game that I'm completely not playing for the story.
Yes,
I can give a fuck about the story. I'm playing Wildlands
to defeat the enemy.
The satisfaction of just taking out those camps.
Understood.
Like,
I know you're
in
afraid.
Metal Gear Solid 5, like I love that game. I know people said it got repetitive, but like I had no I just loved. Like I do not play Metal Gear Solid 5 for its story, even though it had a pretty okay story. Wasn't a bad story, but compared to the gameplay, like you could have just cut the cutscenes out and just gave me the gameplay, and I would have just ran around Metal Gear Solid 5,
we'll be getting
just
flight
like
units,
sabotaging
Better head
shit
for the
and
hangar.
taking people out. Like
Usually we can't get near flight units. They're way too expensive for us grunts. Too bad they can't mass produce these things yet.
But
The hangar's up ahead. Let's go.
here we go. Finally, yeah, some flight suit gameplay. That's what I've been wanting. There's just too many games, and Ghost Recon Wildlands just adds to the fucking pile. If you're into the Division, that just got a huge update. Like, what are you doing with your life that you're buying that Switch? Like,
Hey, 2B, why do you think they sent a combat model like you to a recon job? If all they want is intel, we scanner models are built for that kind of thing.
Orders are orders.
All right.
I love how 2B's such a bitch. Like, this game has so many like little inside jokes in it. Like, remember that thing you saw on Twitter where it was like, you just want to fuck 2B
You're
or
going to have
something
some
like
new
that.
weaponry installed from here on out. I'll put up instructions
she's
for you.
such a bitch. I love
Make
it.
sure to commit them to memory.
Roger.
Missile barrage. Yeah, okay, we'll do missile barrage. Although I don't remember assigning it to that button. Okay. So I tried out the PlayStation 4 custom controls for Neo, which you need to do with Neo because that auto lock for the fucking stick. If you check out my Neo video, I think I broadcast it. Neo has auto lock set to the fucking stick, which is like so cringy. The stick needs to be is a very sensitive area, like. Oh, see, I used to be the white fucking next suit, now I'm the black next suit. It got me all fucked up. Let's lock on. Isn't there a lock on with this? Nah. Yeah, let's end this guy's fucking life here. What is this? You suck to fight when you're on the ground with the swords.
Bunker to 2B, come in. I've set a landing point for your flight units. You'll be touching down quite a ways from the resistance camp, unfortunately.
This game does fucking
Sorry for the
Star
trouble,
Fox
but we
better
can't
than
risk the
Star
enemy
Fox
discovering
did.
their position.
That's another thing. Did you
Understood.
see that
Good luck
piece
down
of
there.
fucking trash Nintendo tried releasing? Like, what is going on with that company? Did you see that Star Fox game they tried to release? Like, Nintendo fans, they couldn't say nothing about that. Like, that was, like, so obviously a leftover game from, like... So obviously a leftover GameCube game. I'm not even going to be sarcastic and be like, oh shit, that's a fucking leftover N64 game. Because let's be honest, it looks a little bit better than Nintendo 64 graphics, but who knows what could have been done with the Nintendo 64, you know, if it just perpetually continued to get developed for, and every like nook and cranny
Target
of
location acquired. Marking on
the
map. Proposal.
creator code was
Proceed to
fleshed
target
out.
location.
But those graphics were terrible. Like, either that or that was a 3DS game that they were trying to revive. That's what I think it really was. I think that Star Fox, because it didn't have like the multiplayer, right? So I think that Star Fox was secretly, it was going to be a 3DS release, and just the Wii U was failing so hard, and they were going to basically it was like the litmus test. If the Star Fox does well, they would have kept pushing the Wii U. But the only thing is they didn't have a Star Fox game for the Wii U, so they took one that they had being developed for the 3DS, and they just put it on the Wii U. That's the only thing I can think of. Oh shit. Alright, heavy attack. Wait. Yo, homeboy, you need to figure out what weapons, you need to figure out what you want to carry right now, cause hold on. Weapon set 1. Oh, he can't have 2 swords. Oh, that's okay. Because even when I was 2B, I really just fucked with them. Like, I only used the 2 weapons because they were there. Like, really, I didn't care. He doesn't fucking do a dive attack? Hold on. Chop, chop. Punch, kick, it's all in the mind. If you want to test me, I'm sure you'll find the master teacher is sure to beat you, but nevertheless, you get a lesson from teacher. Alright, so we can't fucking jump. Jump fucking dive, whatever it's called. Yo. Yo, this fucking... Oh shit. Where's this fucking mini map? This fucking... Yeah, come on now. Come on, son. That's why I was like, I forgot about this. You can change the fucking... See what happens when you don't play a game longer than 5 days? Like, you lose it. Not really, but... Some other games I want to hit up in my back catalog. Well, I definitely need to start playing Battlefield 1. Like, I don't even like, I barely have, I played like a lot of hours of that game. I barely have shit unlocked. Like, you gotta play that game for a couple hours a day. And now they have the new DLC, None Shall Pass, or whatever it's called. Like, that shit looks good. Battlefield 1 is fucking awesome. Like, none of this funny business, fucking super thermal vision or anything like that. Fucking swinging from ropes, just pure visceral fucking combat with fucking pretty decent weapons. Like, it's World War I. They had, I hate to tell people, they had fully automatic fucking and semi-automatic guns back then. It's just that the reason a lot of manual action, bolt action weaponry was issued and depicted in the wars because only certain weapons are really economically viable to hand to mass troops. But if you're doing a storyline about a more elite unit, like, you can really use
none of the machines in this area are hostile.
any set of weapons you want from the era. And like, I like looking at all the weapons in that game. Just discovering new weapon detonate Just discovering new weapons in that game is fucking fun. Why did she kill him?
Weird.
So I got no heavy attack? Is that what this is? I'm trying to figure out what's up with that. I'm just trying to... His moves are a little bit different than 2B, so I'm just trying to flesh him out. Alright, square is lock on. R2 is dodge. R1 is hit. This is some, I don't know what the fuck this is. It doesn't run out of stamina, so I guess it's some kind of pushback. Whatever, I'd rather have a heavy sword hit, but it's all good. I killed the moose. Alright, looks like the moose is gonna have to, let's see what happens with the moose. Oh shit, it's going buck. This is what they meant when they say you're going buck wild. This is what it's fucking talking about. I got this robot fighting for me, attacking this moose. That's so fucking funny. No, I definitely need some skins though. You need like boar skin and elk skin for some fucking upgrade I saw. I was like, oh, I really don't want to kill any animals in this because that's kind of like cringy. I don't know. There's just something cringy about killing animals in this. Hacking, we are prepared. Thank you. Test mail. Thank you. Okay, I should delete all that, right? Keep my inbox clean. How do we? Oh, you can't delete it. Okay. Where's the rebel camp? That's where we need to go. Yeah, I was sort of missing this game. Like, I was like, damn, that really ended quick. 30 hours. It just seemed like a big... I mean, the world's not enormous, but I thought there'd be more to it. And that's what it is. You gotta play for 2 or 3. And then I found out once 9S's story ends, like, I think there's like another story. I don't know who it would be, or it's just 2D again, but there's a whole bunch of shit to unlock in this game. This game's like an Easter egg hunt. And it's kind of mindless to play too. You just follow your points, and then the only part you gotta like concentrate on is when you get into these fights. You know, you're basically your reflexes: dodge, hit, in, out, dodge, hit, in, out. It's like Nier, but not as hard. And then Final Fantasy, like I'm only like level 34 or 35 in Final Fantasy right now. Like I'm trying to beat Final Fantasy, like beat the hell out of that. But that's gonna take playing for a couple hours a day. I'm not gonna stay up for a week straight playing that game. I don't want to get burned out on it. Like I want to see the ending. So yeah, even if the Switch was something that I wanted, like, oh, I want it so bad, I don't even have the gaming room in my life. There's so many other games coming out right now than that fucking Zelda. Like, I don't give a shit about. I would rather finish playing fucking Pokemon Moon, you know, than fucking play Zelda. At least for that price. I mean, let's be honest, if Nintendo was smart, they would fucking release their games for the Xbox and PlayStation at a premium price. Like, it goes in your PlayStation, it goes in your Xbox, it works, but the game costs $80. Nintendo would make so much money doing that, because, oh my god, like, I don't even know if, like, Sony or Xbox would agree with that. But they would make more money just making their bullshit little game that sucks, that just looks like rehashed assets. I mean, Breath of the Wild looks like rehashed assets from that Zelda game that didn't come out. Remember Wind Waker, when it was in development, it was supposed to look realistic, or something they showed like it at E3, like the Ganon fight, and that's what Breath of the Wild looks like now. It looks like they used all the assets from that Zelda game that didn't release. And they made Breath of the Wild, like, whatever, like, I don't know. If you didn't play or beat Witcher, you need to play and beat that. Like, there's so much other stuff to do. Go on and on all day with this. So many games out right now. So many good games. I mean, if you got an Xbox One and that's all you have, then you got no, like, I get it. You have no games. Like, you got Mass Effect coming out. Maybe you picked up Final Fantasy. I don't know. I don't know why you wouldn't have picked up, like, the PS4 is the definitive Final Fantasy, quite honestly. But, Oh yeah, Rebel Base, that's right. Oh, that's right, there was a run button. What was it? Oh, that's it, okay. It's the same as Dodge. Get the fuck out of Dodge. Yeah, that's just crazy. And the other thing is, I don't early adopt anything. Like, I just bought a new tablet after much research. Like, I had an old iPad Mini 2. And then I came to find out that on certain Sony Xperia tablets, you can use Remote Play and PS Now. I did my research anyway. I picked up this Xperia tablet from 2014, like the 3rd generation, the X3. Like, I don't early adopt shit. Like, and for me to early adopt a fucking console, that's crazy. I didn't buy the PlayStation 4 until the Slim. Like, I knew that was happening. I was like, I wasn't into none of the consoles. Actually, I had an Xbox One for like 4 months that I got used. I got it like in 2015 for like $140, okay? And I sold it for exactly what I paid for it. Like 6 months later, okay? What was I gonna say? And then yeah, I knew the Slim PS4 was coming out, so I didn't even fuck with these consoles until they're on their second thing. And you know, in like less than a year, Nintendo's gonna have the fucking Switch Zelda edition, and you know, like 18 months from now, they're gonna have like the Switch XL or the Switch 2DS or something like that, where where it's even the screen's bigger, it's even cheaper because the Joy-Cons are like don't click in or so, like it only hooks up to your TV. Like it has, like they're gonna release a console edition. Like that's gonna happen. Like it's just gonna be a little fucking thing, like a Chrome stick, and then it's gonna come because you can see right now the Joy-Con is like their meat. Like that's where they're making their point of attack. They're heavy. They're talking about as far as I'm concerned, the console is the fucking Joy-Cons and the games, and any medium that you use in between that to play the games and use the Joy-Cons is just whatever bullshit Nintendo's peddling at the time. Because I think they're gonna release a fucking, and please quote me on this, they're gonna release like a Chromecast sort of model where you need the Joy-Cons, but there's no travel capability. It just plugs right back into the like HDMI and into like, you know, connector or DVI, whatever they want to use. And that's it. There's no second screen. And it could be cheaper, or it could be the same price but more powerful. But yeah, what you know Nintendo ain't doing is they're not sitting around scheming of ways to make money like the fucking like a Gotham City fucking criminal organization. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're scheming. They're coming out with a Zelda edition. There's gonna be like a 2DS version of this Switch where it only hooks up to your TV and it's like $100 cheaper, or it's like the Zelda edition where it only hooks up to your TV. I know it's happening because this portable screen shit, they know it's not going to appeal, but they got the units sold, and now they can come out with something cheaper that'll sell the Zelda. $200 just a stick model, and you get the fucking Joy-Cons, and you're gonna have people buying these fucking $80 Joy-Cons, you know, on top of the hand grip. That's another $30, $40. So they're gonna be making their money. Like, if they were smart, they'd fucking release their games for PC, but make the software so you could only fucking play the game if you have a Joy-Con controller. You know what I mean? I think that's where it's going too. Like, this Breath of the Wild, it's gonna be on a PlayStation. Like within 2 years, Breath of the Wild is gonna be on PlayStation. And there's gonna be some weird way to hook up the Joy-Cons to like anything like this. Now they have to fucking pay for all these callbacks. So these consoles that Nintendo now just made for fucking pennies on the dollar from Foxconn's leftover fucking factory materials that they fucking made the latest fucking Samsungs with. They have to fucking replace all these units in customer service. They're feeling kind of stupid right now, I think, for not really fleshing this out more. And they're also feeling stupid, too, for discontinuing the Wii U. I mean, they really could have just released this Zelda. They really could have just stood by their guns with the Wii U. I mean, Mario Odyssey could have been a Wii U title. All they had to do is show that for a Wii U. People would have been buying Wii U's like crazy just to get this Zelda. All they had to do was show the Mario after that, and Wii U would have took off. Like, people don't buy Nintendo consoles for the graphics. So why did you need to switch? Like, the Wii U
My name,
was already
you must. Well, I'm sure.
Wii U
Please
was
feel free
already,
to ask.
like, a little bit more powerful than a 360, and for Nintendo games and Nintendo fans, that's all you need. I mean, this game is like, look at the characters of this. The Wii U could have ran this game. Look at this. It's not, these graphics aren't that good, but I'm not playing this game for the graphics. I'm playing it because for like the Easter egg type storyline. It's sort of like philosophical nature in its story. I like going through it, and it's sword fighting gameplay. That's why I'm playing this game. I don't care if it was Nintendo, Sega, like. And Zelda doesn't look interesting. Zelda looks very childish. Of course, help him out. Yeah, I don't like childish games. I don't play childish games. Hold on, my phone is going off the screen right now. The fuck? Oh, alright. Hold on, I gotta charge my iPhone. I have like 3 phones. Yeah, I'm gonna have to retitle this video, you know, Nier Automata and 2-hour long fucking Switch rant. But I had to get it off my chest, and you know, I had to set it in YouTube stone, as they say. Because I feel like a lot of the stuff I just ranted about for the past hour is, it's extra additional things that other people really aren't bringing up, like. People talk about the dock scratching the screen, but, you know, fuck that. The screen is plastic. Like, that's even worse. Shit like that. Yeah, and gaming is just too hot right now. Like, Horizon Zero Dawn, damn. Like, I'm gonna be going back to that game. I might be playing through it again. The ending leaves it open, like, right open for some, like, badass DLC where the DLC is all fucking, what do they call it in the game? It's not tombs. The, whatever those tomb things are in the game. It begins with a C. The cauldrons, yeah. Like, it looks just like Cauldron Raider, which looks fun as fuck, and you get to be that you get to be that guy, fucking Cyrus or Titus or whatever his name is. Quantum Break. They put that guy in too much shit, man. They just like, oh, I used to know that actor's name. Like, I forgetting way more than I.
This must have been
Ever
quite a
known.
city once upon a time. Too bad vegetation's claimed most of it now.
Other stuff.
Operator 210 to 9S. This is your regularly scheduled contact.
This is 9S. Nothing to report. Weather's sure nice today, though.
Nothing to report. Copy that. And no need for a weather report. Operator 210 out.
You don't have to be so formal all the time, operator. Though I kinda like that about you.
Okay. So I'm trying to figure out are these humans or are these androids too? Like, that's what I never figured out. I think these just a network error has occurred. Network function. Oh, class. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to, alright, so I'm gonna need 4 of these. No, I'm gonna need 8 of these. No, that's not what I wanted. Who sells the chips? Damn it, I almost wasted a bunch of money. Oh, I think he sells chips after we help him. Yeah, I need to get those range attack chips. Yeah, so anyway, this
Okay,
fucking game
that's
is
everything the
Star
supply
Fox
trader
better than
asked
Star
for.
Fox does. And,
Man,
and
these
that's
chores are a
furthermore,
real
I don't know
pain in the
why you
butt,
would
huh?
fucking trust
The
that company
Resistance is a valuable ally to your hub.
after
By
the
helping
dog
them,
shit
we
they
also help
fucking did with
ourselves.
the Wii U.
So no,
like, the
I
Star
don't think
Fox,
they're a
like,
pain.
what
Yeah,
good do you
yeah.
think's gonna come out of that? Like, did you see what they called Star Fox? Their whole E3, they fucking did an entire puppet sequence all based around a Star Fox game. Their whole E3 was the Star Fox theme. Like, yo, this Star Fox is coming out, and it's fucking beast mode. Like, that's what they would. That's how they had you hyped, doing the whole puppet thing, fucking whatever their names are. And it was some trash fucking game they never released for the GameCube. Why? What would you trust out of this company? I don't know. What good do you think? Mario's I don't want to fucking bounce on blocks and like, that's so stupid. Like, the game to play unevolved gameplay, like boop boop boop, bounce on blocks. Oh, I made it. Like, fuck that. This game right here is about as immature as I'll play. Like, this game is like just borderline. It's like right there. Like, any more immature and I wouldn't play this game. So that's about where my threshold's at. Like, this game is a great fucking identifier. Zelda just looks like... Do the characters even talk in the new Zelda? I don't think they do, right? I think, it's all text again. Like, at least in this game, it's like 60% talk, 40%... Like, the stupid shit is like just text. But anything important, like, there's voices. Anyway, I'm exhausted from fucking frustrate ranting about this shit. I can't believe it. Anyway, it ain't my money, but damn, I wish I could have made some money off this. Like, I sort of regret not putting it on pre-order. Just, you know, not putting like 3 or 4 of them on pre-order. Just to make a quick, like, $400 or $500, you know, selling them for cheaper, buying them on Amazon for $500. Just a bare bones fucking system. Anyway, let me go to my fucking class. Enough of this. This game is mindless fun. It's fun to find the Easter eggs. It's fun to listen to the story. The jokes are funny. 2B's a bitch. And the fighting is, well, you gotta play. I mean, you gotta play on hard or normal. The only difference between hard and normal in this game, though, is there's no auto targeting. Like, the enemies don't get harder. Like, it's not. The enemies aren't harder. It just doesn't have auto targeting, which is really not that big of a deal, because I find myself not, like, I'm playing on normal, like, so I have auto targeting if I want it. Because I figure, I mean, if you're this advanced and stuff like that, your fucking little robot would be able to, like, it doesn't even hurt it anyway, like, auto target. That's not big of a deal. Like, taking that away, like, would not make the game that much harder. And I don't think there's any fucking special trophy for going through it on hard, so. Like, this is not auto targeting. And I'm just shooting them just as fast. Like, it just speeds things up a little bit. So. And maybe not even so, because it's fucking less accurate than you are. It's like missing half the time. The frame rate on this game could be better. I don't have one of those spectrum analyzers that can analyze HDMI output, but I feel like it's at least between like 30 and 40 frames per second. I mean, you really wouldn't be able to see your sword moves quite like this if it was lower than 30. Or even lower than 40. I feel like it could be 40. Because I can see all these sparks pretty good. It sure is fucking 60. But it might be higher than 30. Anyways, I don't care about none of that. If it's a fun game, I'ma play it. Like, and if it's a multi-class, that's out for it. So basically my rule is like this. Like, if it's a PS4 exclusive, I'm topping it. If it's coming out on PS4 and PC, and it has a different release date where the PlayStation version comes out before the PC version, like this game, then I'm buying it for the PS4, because that means it's basically a game designed for the PS4 that's imported to PC. If it's a game that's a multi-plat like Wildlands, that's a PC purchase. Okay? Mass Effect Andromeda. I said I'm getting that for PlayStation 4, but I'm basically lying. Like, I'm getting that for PC. Like, yeah, I play that shit in 4K. If it's something that only comes out on the consoles, like Final Fantasy, then I'm getting it. Now I'm getting the PlayStation version. So that's how I do it there. If it's something that comes out on all three, I'm getting the PC version. If it's something that comes out on anything Nintendo, I probably don't even know it exists or even care. Motherfucking Super Bomber, man. I mean,
this is the place
that's really what you had fucking
about.
put together for your...
I'm picking up hostile machine life forms.
The premiere of your new marquee
plant life has claimed
system?
most of the central area. Big plants, too.
Super Bomber, man? Because let's be honest, Zelda doesn't count. Zelda's not exclusive.
Wonder if there are
Zelda's
any huge boars and such, too.
It's a last generation non-exclusive. Crazy. Yeah, fuck this game. What does this move do? I don't know. Oh, that hacks them. Oh, okay. I don't need to hack everything in life, but I could take them over, right? Oh, he exploded. That one robot, I took him over. It was like, yo, fight for me, motherfucker. Because I think the mission is to destroy these things, actually. I really want to play as 2B again, to be honest with you. That's too sword style. I don't want to be hacking shit. After I beat this 9S story, like, it better be back to 2B. And I think this game has DLC coming, because there was like, I don't know what happened. I don't even know what doesn't have a fucking season pass. But, yo, I'm gonna hack the fuck out of this thing. Yo, you get hacked. Yes. Yes. That almost was a little bit easier than... Because if you fail with... I think if you initiate the hack, and you fail... Oh shit. Yo, why didn't somebody say nothing? If you initiate the hack and you fail, I don't think it hurts you. Right? So, there's no harm in initiating. If it's a hack that's been... If somebody's doing a hack on you and you're fighting it off, and you don't win, then I think it hurts you. We'll confirm that in shortly. There's always shit. That's another thing I like about this game. There's always shit to pick up.
Let's get these back to the trader.
New items spawn like in just weird places all the time. Because I'm always in games like Resident Evil, The Order, looking in like the Horizon, looking in every like nook and cranny area, and it's like, you know what? I could probably beat this game an hour fucking quicker if I didn't even bother looking in like all these areas that didn't have an item. But in this game, there's never a shortage of shit to pick up. I don't pick up everything, but I know if I start going around looking in nooks and crannies and stuff, like I'll find a secret item. Like I'll find something that's worth it. Damn, because I was thinking for a minute, because, you know, I'm fucking around with my tax return. You know, when you get that time of year, you get that tax return money back. It's just like, that's just like blowing money. I don't think there's ever been a time where I got my tax return back. And I'm like, alright, time to save this now. Like, I usually spend more, like, oh shit, what? I got a couple, like, I got some extra G's, like, let me fucking get all this shit I was been putting off, like, I'd rather fucking buy a Dyson vacuum cleaner right now than a fucking Nintendo Switch. You have to be fucking kidding me. After I shut this game down, I think I'm gonna play, I don't think I'm gonna play Neo for like a day. I'm only gonna play that game at night. I don't think I'm gonna play that for a day. I think I'm gonna jump into God of War, to be honest with you. Or just see what's up. There were some PlayStation Plus deals that look kind of fucking cool. See, I like fucking with some of these PlayStation 2 games that come out on PS Plus for the PS4 because they got all the PS4 trophies on it. So and it's all, you know, tailored for the high resolution. It's not some like fucking Radio Shack fucking rig up where you got your, you know, you got your fucking PlayStation 1 hooked up to an HDMI converter, like some bullshit like that, like Red Dead, fuck. Like that game Red Dead Revolver. That's a title I missed. I was, when that title came out in my life, I was just doing other things or playing other things. I never played Red Dead Revolver. Despite it being a Rockstar game, I don't care. I've always been pretty picky. But now I wanted to play it, so I've been playing that. So like really, time doesn't affect me. If I haven't played the game and they got it up to snuff and it's a remake, like a Rockstar remake, like a Red Dead Revolver, like I was playing that. I've already got some of the trophies through that. I actually had to uninstall that to get the, for some reason, to get the order installed, but I'll be reinstalling that, and all the all the save data is there. Where am I going? So yeah, that's another game I'm gonna beat this year, is Red Dead Revolver. And while I was playing Red Dead Redemption through PS Now, I accidentally subscribed to it. I was refunded after I accidentally subscribed to it, but unfortunately the subscription stayed, so I was fucking around with Red Dead Redemption, another Rockstar game I missed. I just wasn't playing video games. I think that's neither here nor there at that time when that game came out. And then I played that, and they're really different. Like Red Dead Revolver, it just goes from like scene to scene, like gunfight to gunfight, which is really cool. And then Red Dead Redemption, it's like Red Dead meets Zelda. You know, it's like it's trying to be too much like Grand Theft Auto. I wish they had kept the Red Dead series like Revolver, and if a Redemption 2 is coming out, that's fine. But damn it, if a fucking Redemption 2 is coming out, a Red Dead Revolver 2 needs to come out, and they need to make that shit first-person VR. And I will buy a fucking Sony. I will fucking buy the fucking PlayStation VR if a Red Dead Revolver 2 comes out, and it's a fucking Western. It's like a Western-themed, Rockstar-made VR fucking shooter. Like, you got my money. Like, that's my purchase. And that's really, like, that's really what I'm holding my fucking tax fucking return on for, to be honest with you. Is that shit. Like, I just haven't found, number one, I'm holding out because I don't need it. The killer app system seller just doesn't exist yet on VR. Or the other equivalent is the combination of very appealing apps together that, you know, forms together to make a killer decision, you know, a trigger pulling decision doesn't exist yet. Like, for example, not rumor but fact, you know, Fallout was working on the Fallout 4 VR, so you could play Fallout 4 like it's virtual reality, which is fucking awesome. That's almost a system seller. But there's nothing else big there yet. There's not like a Grand Theft Auto 6 VR only. Like, that's what's gonna have to, like, if this industry wants to push VR, I mean, you got Facebook trying, you know, Facebook, Vive, all these companies are very heavily invested. If they were smart, I mean, they would, should, could meet at the fucking table somewhere and be like, look, people aren't just gonna buy hardware. That's the thing that, I don't know, at this corporate level, isn't getting translated into execution with some of these products they always try to push it. Because VR could be really cool, but where's the killer app? Like, if you're getting something, it's like, I don't know, trying to sell someone a keyboard, you know, and they got a typewriter. It's like, oh yeah, I definitely would rather type my paper with this keyboard, but this doesn't plug into my fucking typewriter from 1930. But damn, I really wish I could fucking type my papers with this keyboard. If you know what I mean, you showed someone like a high-end mechanical keyboard, you know, mechanical keyboard from like, who lives in like 1950. They'll want the keyboard because it'll type much better and it lights up but where's the killer fucking app? It doesn't exist. I mean, they need to get their money together. Like, we're talking Facebook, fucking Vive, Samsung, Amazon's getting into it now. Nintendo claims to be getting into it because they said, oh, we're making the fucking Switch VR compatible, and the motherfucking thing looks like it can click into some kind of headset, let's be honest. There needs to be a lump sum, because these developers, they're not going to do shit for free for y'all. You know, their job is putting out them games, like coming up with the stories, producing the title, the gameplay, the fucking artwork. They're not, you know, they can only do one thing at a time, and they're already stressed with marketing deadlines, and like these other industry movers and shakers need to get a big fucking honey pot of money up and drop like $1 billion and drop it on one or two developers and say make like a big premiere title, like a Grand Theft Auto 6, fully fleshed out, no corners cut, VR only. You gotta give you gotta give the team incentive to do it, like, or some contractual clause, like, if you do not make a certain profit threshold, that they agree to compensate a certain number of hundreds of millions of their own money, to where it'll be really juicy to fucking make a Grand Theft Auto 6 VR only, a motherfucking Halo 6 VR only. You know what I mean? Not Halo, but maybe like for the PC. Who knows? Like Resident Evil just did it, but it's still not quite a system seller. That game, like, you need a few more of those. The games need to be there, and they need to be VR only. So it's like, so you sell the fucking units and get them out there. Otherwise, it's not gonna work. Don't even bother. Come the fuck. Oh my god. What can I buy? I don't want any of this shit.